All right, so it has been a pretty long time since I last ran, and it's freezing cold outside. It's 20 something degrees, something like that. And it's the beginning of December. We have already had snow. I'm not running outside. I'm running inside on the treadmill. And because I haven't ran in a while, I am keeping it very low intensity. And my goal is just a mile to about a mile and a half. I'll probably just do a mile since it's late in the evening, but just want to get my wheels turning again and get back on the consistency with it. This is part of me holding myself accountable. I put in my calendar that I was going to run today. My goal is to actually do it now and hold myself accountable. And I just want to say, I'm saying this because it's funny that a lot of people would question, like, okay, I thought, motivation is always there. No. Part of it is discipline. The other part is willpower. Another part of it is just making yourself do it and being consistent with it. I think that a lot of times we miss opportunities because we are looking for that immediate good feeling, when sometimes the good feeling comes after we've decided to actually start and get used to it. Once you get used to it, you start to find joy in the small things in life. And I think that's something that I'm glad, God allowed me to be able to do, is just be able to find the positives. You find joy in the small things of life. They oftentimes don't feel small anymore because you don't need a whole lot to feel satisfied or to feel joyful. And I think that's something that I've honed in on for a lot of my life, really. So even when it comes to this, I'm about to get this run done and that's it. Let's get it. Also, I gotta get warmed up. Even just doing this warm up, boy, I can feel my body needed this a lot. Okay, I just felt my ankle give out just a little bit. Now, I could factor that into a few different things. I could say, oh, well, I haven't done this warm up in a while. My ankle wasn't prepared. But you know what? I will say, that's why it's important to do a warm up. It's not necessarily just to warm up the body, which that's part of it, but it's also to prepare the different parts of your body to make sure that they're prepared to take on that load, that intensity, that force that you're about to put on it. Now, I will say, my shoes were not tied up, so that likely is part of the reason why. I don't know why I thought I could do the warm up without my shoes tied. That didn't make sense. It is what it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie my shoes now so I can move with intention. This is such a beneficial movement for opening up the hips and that mid back, warming up the shoulders a little bit, getting the core engaged just a little bit here. Mainly the hips though. It's one of my favorites because there's so many different variations and patterns you can do from here. Ooh. See, like right here, I feel a stretch up in here, under my leg, my calf, because I'm pushing down my heel on that back foot. It's just a lot of different things you can do from this position. Stretching all the groin muscles, muscles in between the legs, hamstring, calf on the back foot. And then I'll do just a little bit of stretching for the back of my leg too. And I like to do this. It looks funny, but it really does help warm up my knees. So as funny as it looks, I do it all the time. And just because I'm already down here, do a few of these to warm up the shoulders and the chest. Warm up the core a little bit too. and some push-ups just because. I remember when I was in high school, my weights coach, he would always, well, it wasn't really a weights coach, it was a strength conditioning coach. He would get on us, well, not me, but he would get on a lot of the other student athletes because they would come into the weight room to lift and their shoes would be untied. And he would always say, if your shoes are untied when you come in here, you're not ready to even train today. Walk back out of here, tie your shoes, and then come back in. Basically, he was saying that's a sign that you're not even mentally here if you're walking in here with your shoes untied already. And as simple as it sounds, let's be real, it's legit. Why be already out of it before you even get into it? Finishing up the run here, doing a little cool down walk just to give a few tips on when I am running. I like to mainly focus on form when I'm on the treadmill because it's the treadmill. There's no need to do super high intensity on there necessarily. I save that for when I'm outdoors, and really focusing on getting my knees up and getting a good extension on the back leg, as well as keeping the treadmill at a 1 to 2 incline definitely helps for when you're back on the road running. I realized that I was dragging my feet a little bit while I was walking. I can hear the little anyway. See, after I work out sometimes, especially when I'm in need of nutrients, rest, hydration, this right here is running on low power mode. Did 1 mile, that's all I'm doing right now. And then I'm doing a little cool down walk, just cooling down my body and also getting extra steps in, keeping my heart rate up a little bit, but not too much because I want to start to deregulate right now. I don't want to upregulate. I might foam roll a little bit, but I don't know yet. I might just do a little stretching. I might use something else. I don't know. But I do know one thing. My body is very likely going to be sore tomorrow. Like I said, I have not ran in a very long time, and I got some things to work on. Just know that when you get back into things, don't start where you last ended. You need to knock it down a couple notches. That way your body isn't shocked by what you're putting it through, but it can actually manage it and build from there. At the end of the day, if you have a history of moving your body, exercising, getting back into it, especially if it hasn't been that long of a break, shouldn't be too strenuous in terms of building back up. You just got to be patient with yourself. So give yourself a few weeks to a month to really get back into not breathing as hard and your muscles not being as sore, things like that, because your body is doing something shocking to the system. So therefore, it's gonna feel different getting back into it. Your body rebooting the memory it had before. To me, this was a very big win for me. Like I said, I'm just getting back into things, and I want to make sure that I am taking care of myself. And also, I am still an athlete, so therefore I want to be able to perform, not just my health. I want to be intact, but I also want to be able to perform when I want to, when I need to perform. That's my goal. That might not be anyone else's goal. Some other person's goal could be just to look good or whatever. I don't want to just be looking good. I want to be healthy internally, and I also want to be able to perform well when I want to move my body in different ways, activities, whatever, or even just to have fun. I don't want to have limitations to how my body can move in that moment. So I closed my rings, so I'm happy about that. I don't have to close my rings, but I did. I know I got like a little bit left. It'll likely be closed. There's only 1 minute left on there anyway. So I am very curious how my body is gonna feel tomorrow, and I'll go from there in terms of what I do for the rest of the week. All right, so I am on my way to pick up some food. Oh, I can hear the ambulance. I'm on my way to pick up some food right now because I am bringing it to the church for an event that we're having. I'm just helping out. And then I'm gonna do like a little short presentation, pretty much just like a wellness little pocket of moment or whatever you want to call it, for the people that are attending. Talk about business a little bit, precise fitness, and that's really it. Alright, so I'm at Maggiano's picking up food now, and hopefully I can get it in time. I need to be at the church by a certain time, so I'm really pushing it. So, picked up the food. This is the hot food. We got that good to go. I was just pulling up to this little spot right here. I'm still on my way to the church, but I didn't see there was a stack of cars coming. I just thought somebody was stopping and turning, and I rode around at least 4 or 5 cars. So sometimes when things like that happen, I feel like it's God helping me. Little stuff like that means a lot. So I always am thankful for when God allows stuff like that to happen. Nobody honked at me, so I'm happy about that. And still on the way to the church.
Who's my neighbor? Because the Lord told him, love me with all your heart, your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. And he called himself being smart. He was like, okay, so who's my neighbor? Because he called himself tripping Jesus up, right? So Jesus tells him about this parable. So in this parable, we're seeing the level of love that took place. So there's a man that gets robbed. He falls among thieves. They strip his clothes off of him. They wound him. He's laying there half dead. Along comes a priest.
I'm here to talk about my business and also just give you guys some wellness tips, some things you can take with you. So my business is Precise Fitness, but I also do just a wellness aspect to it. That's kind of something that I've blended together to make sure that people are not so much just focused on just the physical portion of moving their body, sweating or things of that nature, but also their overall well-being. So even when they're out and about, dealing with stress, things of that nature, I think that's very important to know how to process and have some different tips. So I want you guys to kind of follow along with me. I don't know what kind of clothes we got on, pants, if they're tight or not, but some things we can do. So some simple things we can do that I like to incorporate throughout my day is one, breathing. So oftentimes we don't think about how we breathe, and we breathe very shallow, and shallow breathing can cause us to experience more stress, more so internally. And the other thing is, according to American Institute of Stress, women experience stress more than men, and they process it differently. So it's very important that we think about those things as we go about our day and our life. So one thing that I like to do is combine little movements with breathing. So one thing we can do to kind of open up our hips is we put our right ankle over our left knee. So in this position, you might already start to feel a little bit of a stretch in your right hip, and that's fine. You can keep it right there, and that's perfectly fine. So from here, what I like to think about doing is breathing in my nose, out my mouth, and what I want to do is think about breathing the air into my stomach more so than my chest. That's most important there. So let's do 5 of those, and you can close your eyes, keep them open, however you feel. The full talk was about 12 minutes, covering things such as why women shouldn't wear heels, protein intake, strength training for longevity, as well as stress-reducing practices that you can incorporate in your daily life. If you want to hear the full talk, leave a comment below and I'll put it out there for you guys. To learn more information, you can always email me. I have a website you can look through, things of that nature. So, yeah.
Thank you.